Hey girls, it's Wednesday. So far this week, my days have comprised of me trying to think of different things to talk about in this video. When we first said that this was going to be our theme this week, nerdy things that we didn't get into, I was like, oh, easy peasy, I'll just talk about video games. Which I think I've already mentioned before about me not really getting into video games. My younger brothers and my dad are all like really into video games, but I've never really... I mean, there's been some games that I've enjoyed, and I have Assassin's Creed now, which I've been trying to play, but I keep putting it off and putting it off because it's not really that interesting to me. But then, you know, I saw Lizzie's title on Monday, and I was like, oh crap, Lizzie's gonna talk about video games. Now what do I do? And so then I was like, oh, well, I could talk about anime, because I never really got into anime, or maybe, you know, like Pokemon or something, because I never really got into that either. And then I watched Lizzie's video, and I was like, oh, thanks. Now she just used my other two. Now what do I talk about? So then all day yesterday I was thinking about it, and I was like, what else can I do? And then I thought, oh, I could talk about Star Wars and Star Trek, because I never really got into either of those. I have seen enough of the movies, the Star Wars movies, to like understand the references and to like know what happens in the movies, but I can honestly tell you I have not sat down and watched any of the like classic Star Wars movies all the way through. I just have never really had the opportunity or the desire to, I guess. It's not really something I've ever been interested in. And for Star Trek, the only thing I've ever seen is the new movie that they came out with a while back with Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto, which I'll admit was a really good movie, but not good enough to make me want to watch the original Star Trek TV shows and things. So then I watched Jen's video this morning before filming this, and Jen talked about Star Wars and Star Trek, and I was like, dang it, now I have to think of something else. So while all of those things are true, there are two more things that I would like to add to this pile of nerdy things that I never really got into. One of them is the TV show Lost. I started watching it when it first came out and probably watched maybe like half of the first season because my stepdad watched it and he was like really into it, but I really only watched it because he was watching it. Like, it was never something that I looked forward to watching every week. And a lot of the people that I follow on Tumblr are big Lost fans, and like a lot of my friends from high school and like people that I've met other places in college and stuff were like really big Lost fans, but I never really got into it. And then the other thing I can talk about is that in fandom there is kind of this whole little subculture of people who are into role-playing, who will role-play situations like they will be the characters from their favorite TV shows or books or whatever. I know for sure, like, some of the people that I follow on Tumblr, they're big, like, Supernatural role-players or Harry Potter role-players, and they'll, like, get into these really big, like, things with each other where they're, you know, each a character, and they go off on this thing. I don't even know. See, I can't even like explain it, but I assume that you kind of understand the concept of role-playing. But I did try role-playing once back when I was big into the Harry Potter fandom on LiveJournal. I met this girl and she was really into role-playing, and we were talking on AIM, and she's like, do you want to role-play with me? And I was like, yeah, sure, okay, I've never done it before, but I mean, it's worth a try. I'll try anything twice. So we talked and we like set up this situation she was Harry and I was Draco, and we started this story, and it was really strange to me. Like, I don't know, I can't really describe how I felt, but it kind of turned into one of those things where I felt like I would rather play both characters and like write the story myself. I don't know, it was strange. It's one of those things that I never really got into, and I don't think I ever really will get into. But that's all I have for today, so I hope y'all have a great week/weekend, and Sarah, I'll see you tomorrow.